Hello, ladies and gents, to the David McWellum Gymnasium, home of the Harvey Lakers. But it is not the Harvey Lakers playing right now for in this junior girls volleyball regionals. For I believe this is the one of the second games on court 2. It is the John Caldwell Golden Knights taking on the Nackawic Nighthawks, who just unfortunately did not get the win against the previous team they went up against. For John Caldwell, it is number 14. Sorry, we don't have number 14 listed on here. Oh, my bad, number 24. With the serve is Mariah Toner. Now up to serve for Nackawic. Gets it over the net. It was their number 4, Ainsley Ferguson. Score is now 1-1 equal for both sides. Number 19 on John Caldwell, Bella Minor. John Caldwell receiving the ball. Their setter sets it over. Libero, number 0 for the Nighthawks. Again, we don't have a number 0 on the Nighthawks. Unable to get that bump up, but digging in for it. Again, it is Minor with the ball. Pollock getting up with the big hit, sending it right down. For the Nighthawks, it is going to be Jada Pollock. Up to serve. She sends it over, but it does not get over the net. Goes right in the middle of it. Now it's going to be John Caldwell's number 23, Brooklyn Price. Sub coming in, number 9 on the Nighthawks, Taylor Trail. Coming in for, I believe, number 17, or is that 15? Number 15, Graylin Palmer. It is going to be Bernard. Serena Bernard up to serve. That one's called out of bounds. Again, it's number 24, Toner, that called that one loud and proud for her team. And up to serve is her teammate, Mimi Navi. And she breaks the serving curse, getting it over for her team, bouncing off the arms of Serena Bernard. So it's Minor up to serve. Oh, sorry. There's Stacy up to serve. Coming in for Nackawic is, coming off the floor for Nackawic is Faye Shaw. And coming in, serving right now is number 9, Taylor Trail, coming back on the floor. And she scores a point for her team. Breaking the serving curse for Nackawic. See if she can go on a little serving streak here. So is Trail getting up, received over by Chelsea Stacy, and the Nighthawks weren't super prepared, couldn't get their talons on that one. It is Marissa Bolio. It is Palmer gets it up, but that will be called a double touch on Ainsley Ferguson. As for John Caldwell, Marissa is up to serve once again. She fires that one over. Received by Pollock. Get it to their setter, Ferguson. Big hit by Fox. For John Caldwell, it was Potras trying to get that one over on the tip, but no luck. So now for the Nighthawks, it's back to Palmer up to serve. neither team's being able to get over 2 serves in a row to go. Oh, good attempt by good setup by Ferguson, but no good by Josie Fox, my bad. John Caldwell, Navy serving up, Pisser Libero, and that's going to be Ferguson sending that one over. For John Caldwell, it was Brooklyn Price getting that one up, but it couldn't fall right down between the lines. I am also here accompanied by the one and only, the better half of the gorgeous Gregory's, Charlie Gregory. How's it going?
Not bad, Joe. How are you?
Oh, pretty good. So, John Caldwell and Nackawic battling it out right now. How do you feel the game's going so far?
Well, I don't know what the score is, but so far it seems pretty equal from both sides.
Yeah, neither team's being able to dial in their serves consistently, but let's see if Navy can get that going for the team. Sorry, if Toner could. That's going to be a big hit from Price. Ferguson sends it over to her teammate Bernard, and Bernard sends it flying in. For those that don't know, if you're here and cheering from another side, the gym is split into 2, so we have 2 games going on. So I highly suggest you going over, not leaving our stream, but if you're interested to see what's going on the other side, Cecilia Pauly and Nolan Bonguerriere are on court 1 with Heartland and with the Huskies and the Grizzlies. Back to our game. It's going to be Nackawic scoring the point there, as the ball just didn't want to fall on their side. So Nackawic with the serve up here. They fire it over. That was received, bumped over by Price. Ooh, powerful hit by Pollock. Getting a beautiful set from her teammate Ferguson. Speaking of their setter, Ferguson, she's up to serve, I mean. She rifles that one over. Received by Stacy, that sent it right back. Pollock with the tip. Beautifully placed. Just rolling over enough that John Caldwell couldn't get there in time, and that will be a timeout called by JC. So Charlie, before that timeout, what's been going on? What do you think could be improved? What do you think could be worked on?
Well, Joe, so far it's been a pretty good game, but the only game-winning factors I've been seeing is the lack of coverage on both sides. So if the Nighthawks and the Golden Knights could work on their coverage, then it would be a pretty good game. For sure, and a big part is those serves. Neither team really going on a hot streak with serving. And even getting it over, it's once in a bit, but they have been doing a bit better. Once again, we just want to give a huge shout out to our sponsors. The Harvey High School stream team would like to thank our corporate sponsors: Scott Pierce at Remax East Coast Elite Realty, the Little Village Vacation Resort for Dogs, and RSEI Consultants Limited. Our sponsors help us improve the viewing experience and get more students involved in these streams. If you are interested in becoming a sponsor, please check the video description for our contact information. Thank you. Ooh, good serve by Nackawic, but the John Caldwell Golden Knights working pretty well on communicating and saying that one's out. But back for John Caldwell is going to be Bella Minor. She rifles that one over to their libero. Ferguson up, but big tip coverage and big blocks by the one and only Brooklyn Price. Subbing out
is going to be number 9 for number 2. So number 2 stepping out on the floor for Nackawic is Faith Shaw, and number 9 stepping out is Taylor Trail. Once again, John Caldwell rifles it over. Their libero hitting it up front row, but not jumping. If you're a libero and you're up, you're not allowed to jump at all because you're strictly a back row player. Okay, so now it's Minor up, serving it to the one. Oh, big tip coming back by the one and only Brooklyn Price after Pollock tried sending that one back. So it's Minor up to serve once again, and she's on that hot streak. They get it to Ferguson. It's going to be Pollock with the hit, and she gets it right on the line. Good cross-court hit, earning Nackawic a point. And it is going to be Pollock serving for Nackawic. She gets it, received off Navy. Ooh, big hit. Minor trying to receive that, but it was too strong of a hit from Nackawic's very own Serena Bernard. Again, it's going to be pull-up. There was a spillage down by the court. Some fans spilt their water or Gatorade, and the referee just wants them to get it cleaned up and thrown in the garbage can so nobody gets hurt. And that's all. Big shout out to the ref. I don't believe we have who is officiating this game, but our minor officials is Colby Nicholson and Violet McDonald. And John Caldwell. We said her name quite a bit of times on this stream already in this first set, but that was Brooklyn Price rifling it over to her fellow Golden Knights a point. Received by, that was received and hit by Palmer, but the play will be stopped as on the other side of the floor, ball came rolling over by the one and the only Heartland Huskies. So it's going to be, once again, number 23, Brooklyn Price, seeing if she can't recreate that serve or even get it better to earn an ace. And she goes. That was Ferguson with the set, and that was Palmer that hit it over. Tough judgment call by the libero, doesn't go planned, but John Caldwell earning another point as Price is serving once again. Price serves it. Ferguson gets it up, received by Faye Shaw, and Ferguson sends it over. Tipped by Navy, and that's earning her a good tip, good point. Like my fellow broadcaster over here, Charlie Gregory, said, needs to be a little bit more tip coverage for those tips. It's hard, you got to be there or hustle hard for it, but maybe it'll start coming out soon. Oh, good hit by Marissa. Sorry if I mispronounce your name, but Marissa Bolio. And that's Nackawic calling the timeout. The score is 18-15 for John Caldwell. Pretty tight game, pretty tight. Neither team really jumping out too far ahead. John Caldwell, 3 points can be some teams, if they're not strongest mentally, they could take it as a big deficit and start getting down on themselves. But these Nackawic coaches watching them right now is saying to their team, come on, we're better than this. We could get our serves over, so. And John Caldwell coaches are probably Usually if you don't call the timeout, it's hard to change stuff. But coaches were probably just telling our teams to keep it up, keep it up. And of course it's the one and only Price for John Caldwell getting up ready to serve as the Nighthawks are down low and ready for this one. Commentators curse. Price, unfortunately, strong rifling that one right into the net. So Nackawic is serving. I believe it's Pollock, if I could be wrong. I am, sorry, that was Serena Bernard. As Palmer sends that right back, and we're sending that right back is Toner. Nackawic's very own Josie Fox sends it back, while the one and only Mimi Navy trying to send it right back to Nackawic, but just bouncing off the net. So it's Bernard up to serve for Nackawic. Let's see if she could swoop in and save the day. And she does. A nicely placed serve. Not too strong, but not too fast. Just floating over the tip of the net. So it's Bernard up to serve for Nackawic once again. She gets it up. Price got it up. And it was Navy. Palmer sending it back over. And it's going to be Bolio. Bella Minor. Ooh, double touch call on Nackawic's face off. And John Caldwell, Chelsea Stacy, looking to extend this lead a bit after a remarkable time at the service straight from her teammate Price. That's number 2, Shaw, helping out. That was Navy. Palmer sending it over, received by Price. Navy sending it back. That was Fox to Shaw. Palmer. And Price unable sending that one to her setter, and that goes out of bounds into the crowd. There's going to be a switch up here. That's going to be Shaw coming out for, I believe, she's been on and off the floor a couple of times. Taylor Trail, number 9. And that was Taylor Trail as John Caldwell, Bella Minor, digging deep for that ball, diving for it as her team could score. First sub for John Caldwell is going to be number 20 out for number 22. So leaving the floor was Marissa Bolio, and number 22 coming in is Toner. And Toner is going to get a big old ace for her squad, making the score 21-19. 4 more of those and she can win herself a set right here. But Nackawic's looking pretty focused right now, as that was Bernard. Palmer tipping it over, but she got called for the net touch. Palmer didn't look too happy with that one, as it's gonna be serving again Toner. She rifles it over, received by Bernard, up by Ferguson, and Palmer sending that. And that was not Price, but Toner. I believe sister of, that was Mariah Toner, sister of, once again, Margot Toner. And that's Margot Turner with a hard serve, as Nackawic is going to make a timeout. Margot Toner making it 19-24. If you're just tuning in, it is still the first set. For these regionals, there is no such thing as a third set, and there are only 2. So say John Caldwell, they're looking like to be the favorites for this set. If they win it, then the only way Nackawic could win the game is by beating John Caldwell more than what they lost by. So there's no third set, and yeah. Little different in tournaments and even league games this year. There's only 3 sets, and there's 3 games. All right, coming back on the floor is Margot Toner. She rifles it over to Bernard. Received by Fox. Fox hits it over. Big tip out from Fox. She earns her team a point. That was a great play by Ferguson and Fox. Coming on the floor is Pollock subbing in for not subbing him, but running on the floor for her libero. Big rifling of serve by Palmer. And that's going to be a net touch on number 24 from John Caldwell, Mariah Toner. So Mariah with a big strong serve. Sorry, not Mariah. Palmer with a big strong serve. Rifles it over from Nackawic. Up by Toner. And number 16, Mimi Navy, couldn't get her fingertips on the ball strong enough to send it over. Nackawic coaches are pretty happy and pumping up their teammates. Their team, I mean. Score is 22-24. John Caldwell getting a little bit discouraged where Nackawic was at 19 just a couple minutes ago. And if you're new to volleyball, it is win by 2. So if Nackawic is able to bring it all the way back to 24-24, John Caldwell has to win by 2 or Nackawic has to win by 2. And those games get pretty exciting, and this game is pretty exciting. It's been nothing but back and forth. Neither team giving up. As it's going to be Palmer with a rifle of a serve. A lot of mustard coming off of it. Palmer rifles it over. Received up by that was number 26, Stacy. Mimi Navy unable to get that one bouncing up. So Mimi Navy will get subbed out for her teammate, number 21, Catherine Gill. Palmer looking to make it 24-24. She rifles it over, and she does not get it. That was inches from the line. Sorry, folks. Guess the score is wrong. I guess it is probably now 24-23. So that was short by Gill. I believe that is Faith Shaw at the service line, sending it over as Margot Toner, unable to get that one. So there's going to be a sub for Mimi Navy, subbing back in for Gill. Faith Shaw up to serve, sends it over, received by Navy. That was Toner up once again. As the one and only said her name a couple of times, probably not enough, but Price getting up with the big defensive block and scoring big ones for the John Caldwell Golden Knights, sending her teammate Mariah Toner to send that one over. Received by Trail as Ferguson sets it up. Ferguson sends it flying to her teammate Bernard, who sends it back. Navy to the libero. Big hit. Oh! Big battle between number 9, Taylor Trail, and Price. But Price winning that tip battle. So it's going to be Mariah Toner. Hits it over. Received by Trail. Ferguson sends it over. Navy. Toner getting her name called a lot. That was number 7, Bernard. Ferguson to Bernard. All good attempt by the up on John Caldwell's number 26, Chelsea Stacy. Sorry, folks, we must have. Oh no. This looks like it's going to be overtime with the score right here. Toner to Price. Bernard to Price. She tips it. Ooh! Price tipping that one over, but their setter, Ferguson, diving, getting it to her teammate, Bernard, who does a nice cross-court hit that rolled on the tape and scored her team a point. Ferguson with a massive serve. Liv for Nackawic gets it to Ferguson, to her teammate Bernard. Oh, John Caldwell hustling. Navy to Price, to the libero. Ferguson gets it over to Bernard. Back to that trio again. But it's going to be good attempt by Pollock, who couldn't get it over the net on that hit. John Caldwell, number 19, Bella Minor. Gets it. Ferguson doing the offside hit to Pollock. Caught John Caldwell off guard. Scoring themselves a point. Palmer comes in for the libero. And number 9, Taylor Trail, comes out for Faye Shaw, who comes in for the Nighthawks. Swooping in. I believe this is Pollock up to serve. She rifles it over. Navy trying to receive it, but it bounces off the arms of her teammate. And that is Nackawic Nighthawks coming away with the first set, winning 29-27. So in order for John Caldwell to win, they have to beat Nackawic more than 2 points. And if it breaks even, it goes to Nackawic. The first set, pretty eventful, Charlie, I do have to say myself. The serve started dialing in a bit more, and even the hustling and the passes, the nerves are definitely gone. Nackawic probably being a little bit tired after taking on a tough team in the first game. If you did not see that, definitely go back and watch that on your free time. For those that don't know, on the other side for court 1, the score is 16-18 for the Grizzlies. Sorry, 17-18. Thank you, fellow commentator Nolan Bongreer, keeping us with the updates on the other side of the court. If you want some good commentary as well, I'm a little rusty, it's been a while, but if you want some good commentary, go check out my fellow stream teammates, Nolan Bongreer and Cecilia Pauly, on the other side of things, running that show over here, while us gorgeous Gregory brothers over here, Charlie and I, are commentating this massive battle between the John Caldwell Golden Knights and the Nackawic Nighthawks. We're going to take this time. Once again, thank you to our corporate sponsors, Scott Pierce at Remax, East Coast Elite Realty, the Little Village Vacation Resort for Dogs, and RSEI Consultants Limited. As you know, our sponsors help us to improve the viewing experience and get more students involved in these streams. If you're interested in becoming a sponsor, please check the video description in our description below for our contact information. Thank you. Now, people, we just listed off our big sponsors. They do impact these streams and impact us in making these streams a little bit better for you viewers at home to watch. So Sean Caldwell receiving that as, you guessed it, Price to Toner. Nackawic side, can't see the number right now, but Nackawic side, Taylor Trail, unhappy with that one. Just not the right bounce off her arms. That's Toner. Trail making it up though. Diving. Received by Trail. Ferguson to Bernard. Bernard unable to get that hit on it. Toner up to serve again. I'm not sure if I'm saying it right. It could be Tonier or... Apologies from here, a stream team up at the skybox in the David Malone Gymnasium. Trail sends it over. Received by Price to Toner. To Price again. Received by the libero. Pollock getting it over. Toner. Navy sending it up. That's Ferguson to Bernard, who's having a little rough streak at hits right now. She's frustrated. She knows she can hit that ball. So it's going to be Toner up to serve. She sends it over to Trail. Bernard gets it up to Pollock. Pollock hits it, but it's going to be a double touch call on Bernard. We're gonna make our own little substitution call right here. Coming out is the number 24, Charlie Gregory. Coming in is the one and only legendary, I don't know his number, but Kevin Skeffers Roy. How's it going, buddy?
You mean my phone number or my basketball or my sports number?
Your sports number.
I tried to play baseball in grade 4 and your grandparents yelled at me, so I haven't played any sports.
Shout out to my grandparents. Yeah. Great coaches.
Yeah, they're nice. They saw that I wasn't going to do good. They tried to send me on the right path, up here up the right path. Skybox is where I belong, definitely not on the court.
Well, if you definitely seen my brother and I play, you can definitely tell we get our competitiveness from our grandparents and even our mom. All right, back to the game. John Caldwell up to serve. The score is 5-1 for John Caldwell. Nackawic having a little rough streak as Trail comes out and face shot comes in. John Caldwell had number 19, Bella Minor. Pollock with the massive hit as Chelsea Stacy for John Caldwell tried getting her hands on it, but it was too strong.
Libero's going to check in for number 15 there. That's Palmer.
Graylin Palmer coming in for checking in for the libero, which unfortunately we do not have her name. And that's going to be Pollock earning her team a point, bouncing off the arms of, I want to say, number 26, Chelsea Stacy. Pollock at the line. Received by Navy as Toner. Bernard with the hit. Toner setting her teammate up. Price and Toner getting their names called a bunch this game. Working extremely well together. And they've been a sort of a dynamic duo here for John Caldwell as Bernard and Ferguson have been working hard tonight too.
I noticed that Bernard's really strong at getting those balls that you seem like how are they ever going to play that? And then she dives for it and somehow makes it over the net between the antennas.
Great hustle player. And a lot of people are kind of not really scared, but it's great that some people aren't scared to put their body on the line. You gotta love the determination and the love factor of the game to be able to do that. So it's John Caldwell up to serve. That was John Caldwell's. You guessed it. That was John Caldwell's. Brooklyn Price with a massive serve, rifling it over and getting Nackawic to call a big old timeout.
We should just time to thank our corporate sponsors, Scott Pierce at Remax East Coast Elite Realty, Little Village Vacation Resort for Dogs, and RSEI Consultants Limited. Our sponsors help us to improve the viewing experience and get more students involved in these streams. If you're interested in becoming a sponsor, please check the video description below for our contact information. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm a little late on my thank you. I'm like the dynamic duo up here, Cecilia Pauly and Kevin Skeffers-Roy.
That took many hours of practicing.
Oh,
a lot of games, a lot of middle school games that a lot of people don't watch. You'll see us not have that timing that we have now.
Yeah, well, you know me. I'm making my monthly appearance.
Love to see it from you, Joe.
Perfect. So it's going to be Price for John Caldwell, the Golden Knights, up to serve. Rifles it over, the libero. Ferguson sends it back over as Navy gets it up. Toner, Margot Toner. Bernard gets a hand on that, and that's awarded to the Nackawic Nighthawks. Bernard finally dialing it in for her spikes. Big kills on her end of the floor. And Bernard looking to use that power and translate it to her serves.
Yeah, definitely. We'll see if she's as good at service line as she is on the front line, but it seems that one's going to go in the net.
Commentator's curse.
Commentator's curse. It's not only the commentator's curse doesn't only apply to Harvey. It seems to apply to any team that we like to pump up here.
Oh, for sure. Mainly Harvey, though. Mainly Harvey.
Mainly Harvey. I say something about Mason's serve, and then he puts it right in the net. And every single time.
Jeez. We know who to blame now.
Yeah, it's always my fault.
Smart tip by Faye Shaw as John Caldwell scrambling to receive that one.
They're going to have a substitution here.
That's going to be Faye Shaw coming out for Taylor Trail, who's coming in to serve. Nackawic making a lot of subs in this game. John Caldwell only making a couple. Well, I believe.
I'm not entirely sure, but does John Caldwell even have a libero right now?
No, John Caldwell not playing with the libero in this game.
Which makes it less substitutions usually if you don't have a libero.
Yeah. Well, liberos are big factors and big part of teams, because even though they are not usually known for their hitting or allowed to go up and hit, but liberos help those players that are tired from doing all the dirty work, like Graylin Palmer. She's been doing a lot of dirty work for the Nackawic Nighthawks, being able to give them a break. Palmer rifles it one over. That's going to be out of bounds. Great call by, you guessed it, Brooklyn Price and her teammate, Chelsea Stacy. Haven't called her name a whole lot. Working together, earning their team a point. That was Mimi Navy. Ooh, Palmer trying to get that one over, but the ball said no.
Yeah, that was unfortunate. It almost went over, but it decided, no, I'm going to fall on your side. So
those always hurt. Those always hurt. You expect it to go, and it says no. That was number 11, Josie Fox. Trail gets it up to Ferguson. Pollock gets her name called, and she's going to earn herself a big kill for her team. Subs coming in. Mimi Navy coming out for number 21, Catherine Gill, who's coming in. That's Fox. And that was too much mustard on that one. Once again, these are not our main court that we play on. It's usually the red one, so it's a little more compact, not a lot of room for much error on serves or mistakes for either team.
Is it smaller than the full-on court? It would have to be, right?
Pardon?
It's smaller than what we play with normally, is it?
Yeah, usually, because you have more space on the sides and even the back. And usually for tournaments like this, you're not typically allowed to step on the service line, but where our lines are, where our gym right now is so compact and so small, you're allowed to at least step on the line. If you go over, it's a point for the other team. Back to the game, it's John Caldwell 14, Nackawic 8. Received by Trail. Bernard getting it up to Ferguson. Received by Gill. Up by Toner to her teammate, Price. That was Fox to Ferguson. Toner to Margot. And good attempt trying to get it up by John Caldwell's very own. I don't think I've said her name enough. But guess what? Brooklyn Price trying her best.
She's doing a great job for her team.
The big setter for Nackawic sends it right over. And that was right on the yellow line. Smart placement. Those are always a breath of relief when you see it going out of bounds and then you see it hit the line. And the ref was able to see it too. Ferguson up. Oh! Skims the top, but John Caldwell receiving it over, and that was Josie Fox second guessing herself, thinking it was going out, then popped it up with her hand, still went out of bounds, and she's like, Face shot coming in for Trail. So that was number 19, Bella Minor. Bernard gets it up. Smart placement by Bernard on the tip. Really finding the hole in the defense there.
Yeah, great see there by Nackawic. They're able to see that there was an opening in the middle, which seems to be a weak spot for a lot of JV teams, I noticed.
Oh, yeah. Well, typically you see a lot of formations called 6 up or 6 back. And it looks to me right now that John Caldwell is playing 6 back, where the middle back player is standing back looking for those fire tips or even fire hits. Where if you watch us senior boys, we play a 6 up, where our middle guy is pretty much right up behind the front line looking for those front tips. John Caldwell, Price served it over. John Caldwell gets it back. Tonier trying to get it over, but no good. Not a super eventful second set, but Nackawic, knowing they could come back. They've done it before if you haven't tuned into the first set. That was Gill up to Tonier. Received by Ferguson. Shaw gets it to Trail. Trail diving on the floor to Palmer. Price to Tonier. Bernard hustling but couldn't get to the ball in time. John Caldwell scoring another one. John Caldwell, Marissa, my bad once again if I mess this up. Marissa Bolio. Oh, Taylor Trail getting up for a big hit for herself. Nackawic having a couple of big hitters on their team. Palmer saying she can hit the ball, and Pollock and even Bernard getting up there, as she's shown. It is going to be Taylor Trail. Too much of fingertips on that one. It's going to be Margot for John Caldwell. Margot sends it up. Received by Bernard. Nice pass to Ferguson. Up, hits by Trail. Oh, the libero working hard. Ferguson, smart tip on that end. Going off the hands and the fists of John Caldwell.
Substitution there for the libero is going to sub for number 10. That being Pollock.
Yep. Pollock being one of the big hitters for Nackawic, as her fellow hitter, who's nothing but strength and pure, mastered on that one. That was Palmer. Her last time at the line, I believe, had 5 consecutive straight serves. Was her most between each set. But that one, commentator's curse. Kevin gave me the side eye, being like, you gotta be quiet now, buddy.
Our entire skyblock is made out of wood, Joe. You can knock at least once.
Yes, I know. That was Mimi serve that was Mimi Navy, and Nackawic's libero number 0 sent her right over, and Mimi couldn't get there in time. That's tough about serving. You want to sit back and watch it, but you got to get in your place very quick. Trail gets it up. That was Tonier. Back to Tonier. That's going to be a double touch call on Ferguson. Nackawic Nighthawks setter. Marissa Tonier. Tough dive for number 9 on Nackawic, Taylor Trail. Marissa Tonier sends that one over, received by the libero to Ferguson. To Bernard for the big hit, received by Navy. Tonier to Price, received by the lib. Get it to Ferguson. A little too tight on that. Bernard couldn't get it up safely without touching the net there. And your winners of the game is...
I missed a few points there.
That's all right. Winners of the game are John Caldwell. Again, if you're confused as to why they won, is because they beat... Nackawic won the first set, only won by 2. John Caldwell won by more, so it goes to John Caldwell, and we do not play a third set.
I didn't realize that. I thought they were going to play a third set for funsies on the first game I watched with Harvey, but they don't even play the third set even if they need to.
No, in tournaments and regionals. Oh? Huh. I was stand corrected. My bad. They are going to go to a third set.
Oh, now I was just getting all ready to shout out our sponsors for the last time. Might as well shout them out, but they'll probably get another shout out now if there's going to be another set to watch.
Perfect. Well, Kevin, take it away.
Our RV High School stream team sponsors would be Scott Pierce at Remax East Coast Elite Realty, the Little Village Vacation Resort for Dogs, and RSEI Consultants Limited. Our sponsors help us to improve the stream and make the viewing experience way more better for everyone watching the stream and get more students involved, which is what we strive for here in the stream team.
Thank you.
Good time in there, Joe.
Perfect. Yeah, you're a little late on yours. If you haven't been keeping up on the other side of the stream team, Skybox is split in half today. We got 2 streams going. The other game, I'm not sure who won the other game, as Nolan Bongar. The Grizzlies, they're a French school. I can't pronounce their name. I don't even know their name. My bad, folks. But
they call something.
They call...
St. Gael?
Yeah. We'll go off of that.
Yeah, okay.
They,
close enough.
Perfect.
Okay. Merier, Gaetan, École Marielle, Gaetan Grizzlies.
So the Grizzlies coming away with that one after playing the Heartland Huskies.
Yeah, the Huskies are going to have to go to the Little Village Vacation Resort for Dogs after that one, I think.
Oh, the puns. Shout out to our sponsors once again. Shout out to our minor officials.
Marie.
École Marie Guéton. Thank you, Mr. White. It was the École Marie Guéton
École Marie Guéton.
Grizzlies. So, quick shout out to our minor officials, Colby Nicholson and Violet McDonald. And we do not have the official's name, but also thank you to the players, coaches, and parents for coming out all this way to little old Harvey to get streamed and play a heck of a match. For John Caldwell, I don't believe we addressed this, but for John Caldwell, it is coaches Leonard Brewer and Robin Tonier, assistant coach Leonard Brewer, and manager Beth Tonier. And for Nackawic Nighthawks, it is iKitchen as coach and assistant coach A. Pollock. iKitchen. No first names, only first initials. So thank you to iKitchen and A. Pollock.
The next Apple product. The iKitchen.
Strong serve by Tonier. Bouncing right off the arms of number 7's, the Nighthawk herself, Bernard. This is going to be Tonier. Just set only to 15. For all the marbles, the libero for Nighthawks gets it. Set by Faith Shaw.
Mr. White.
Pollock getting it up.
Can you...
Tonier sends it over. The libero gets it up. Shaw to Pollock. Pollock rifles it over. And that's going out of bounds, bouncing off the arms of Margot Tonier. For the Nackawic Nighthawk side of things, Josie Fox is up to serve. Looking to extend this 1-1. Substitution. That's going to be... that is going to be Bolio for Margot Tonier. Price. It's received by the libero. That was Shaw hustling as Ferguson. Stacy sent it up. Ooh, big tip by number 10 on the Nighthawks, Jada Pollock. Faye Shaw playing setter right now as the usual setter, Ferguson. Looked like she was playing a bit of middle or power there. That was a big serve by Josie Fox. Earning another point for her team, making it 3-1 for the Nackawic Nighthawks. Fox over to Navy. Up by Tonier to Price. Received off of the libero. Shaw. Pollock bumps it. Received by Stacy. To Tonier, to Price. Back to the lib. To Shaw. Bernard coming in. Tonier. Up to Bernard. Too low. But Shaw and Pollock work together. Tonier sends it over the lib. To Shaw. Bernard tips it. Up. Ooh, Pollock. Pollock with the hit, but it's out of bounds. Great little rally by both teams, but being awarded, the point awarded to John Caldwell. Big efforts by Tonier Price, and even receiving, getting a beautiful passes up to them. Bella Minor working her tail off. Lib tipped by Shaw. Tonier gets it to number 20. Faith to Bernard. Tonier. Oh. Stacy unable to slide under, get low enough. Tonier struggling with that pass. The usual setter, but not for this set. Ferguson up. Great work by Price. Tonier, tough bump. Does not get it up high enough though. That will be awarded to the Nighthawks. Nighthawks coming away with it 5-2. Big jump serve by Ferguson. Stacy Send it to Pollock. Bernard. Ferguson sends it over. That was received by Minor. And that's going to be Nackawic's point once again. Oh, sorry, John Caldwell's. Both girls on both teams, their girls have been working their tails off this set. Ferguson up to Pollock. Shaw hits it. Tonier. Shaw losing the tip battle to Mimi Navy.
We're seeing John Caldwell catch up here.
Yeah.
Like the Lakers, no, the Nighthawks rather, got an early lead, but they seem to be losing it with.
Knights are saying they're not defeated yet, as they send that one bouncing off of Ferguson's arms, and that's going to be Tonier who has. That's going to be Price, wicked server for John Caldwell, slaying the other team with her serves all night. As she does that. The battle of the Knights and the Nighthawks has been a pretty exciting one so far this game. And that's another one for the one and only. You're probably getting tired of hearing her name, but that was Mariah. Sorry, I keep calling her Marissa. Mariah Price sending that one clanging off the arms of the Nackawic Nighthawks.
That's 2 dead balls there and that serving spree, which is unfortunate for the Nighthawks. Dead balls are really unfortunate because you're able to receive it, but you just kind of hit it a little bit too hard and it's going to hit the ceiling.
Oh, for sure. Especially off of a hard serve from anyone, and especially Price. You're really hoping. You really have to absorb that hit, and it's hard to. Because you're always taught muscle memory just to get it up. And like you said, Kevin, dead balls, they always hurt.
Yep. I want to say Nackawic called that timeout, would you say?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And that volleyball timeouts, they're pretty different than any other sport, really. Because if you're playing pretty strong, that timeout, you're kind of just looking at your coaches and they say, just do what you got to do. From how proud they are and how well the girls are playing when you're up. Tonier. Up by Bernard. Shaw. Pollock sends it back to Tonier. Sorry, Price to Tonier. Hit by Navy. Navy with the big hit, awarding her team the point. So that's... Each teams are going to switch sides.
So the Knights have reached 8 points. Side swap will be happening here.
7 more for the Knights, and they get this done, and they'll be moving up in the rankings. So Kevin, what's been running through that mind of yours? How do you feel both teams are playing?
I have to imagine John Caldwell's probably a little distraught at the start of this match, as they thought, if they had the same mindset as you, they may have thought that they won the game there.
Yeah.
With them winning by a bigger point margin than they did at the Nackawics won in the first game. So to come out of this third set losing, that must have been really hard. But they were able to keep their head on their shoulders, and now they have a little bit of a lead formed over Nackawic now.
For sure, and Nackawic playing back-to-back games have to be pretty tired. Especially, but they do a lot of subs, so each player gets to play quite a bit.
Apologies, folks, we've lost video feed, but you still got us. Joe should be able to walk you through what's happening in the game, hopefully.
Hopefully. All right, received by Nackawic. That was Ferguson. Up to the Golden Knight side. Price gets it to Tonier, who sent it over. Tonier up. Mimi gets it over. Libero to Pollock. Pollock to Price. Price to Stacy. Stacy to Mimi. Mimi sent it over. Shaw to Pollock. Tips it to Stacy. Sorry about that, folks. Little technical difficulties up here in the booth. The rally's been going on for a bit. I believe we're having a little bit of technical difficulties with the camera right now. Sorry for that, folks. Hopefully you can still hear us calling the game, though. Oh, and we're back. Perfect. Quick shout out to Nolan and Mr. White for getting that all set up for us. Nackawic's up to serve after a big long rally. That was Pollock with a monster serve. Rifling that one. Getting a big old point for the Nackawic Nighthawks. So Pollock's up to serve once again. Sends it over. Shaw to Palmer. Received by Bulio. Bernard hits it over. Tonier to Mimi. Bernard. Oh, Shaw couldn't get underneath that.
These are some pretty intense rallies here.
Oh, for sure. It's been a long, hard-fought game between both teams in each set. Chelsea Stacy looking to build this lead a bit. Yeah, commentator's curse.
Yep. It's unfortunate here. Number 2 up to serve.
All I'm going to say is Facesaw is up to serve. I'm not going to say nothing else. And that seemed to work as Price gets it up to Tonier. Mimi tips it. Palmer sends it over. Oh, Tonier and Mimi fighting over that one. Tonier. Mimi Navy. Lib gets it up. Shaw to Bernard. To Bulio, who got it up by Minor. Number 0, Lib gets it. Shaw to Bernard. To Tonier. Navy back to Tonier. To Bernard. Faith to Palmer. Oh, and swooping in to slay the beast is the referee. Gonna check if Nackawic does have any leftover timeouts, but that was Mimi Navy swooping in, but she's not a Nighthawk. She was swooping in to go and save the day with that one.
So let's see here. So they're checking for if they have an extra timeout now, or?
Yep. Oh, some players must have been out of rotation as well.
That could be a point loss there. We've seen that happen before.
For sure. For the must have been floor captain, because usually floor captains can say, "Can I get a rotation check?" On the other side of things, on court 1, the Harvey girls are warming up to take place against the... Ooh, let's see if I can...
Mount Guerriere.
Let's see if I can pronounce the name right. I ain't no French student.
Marie Guerriere.
Marie Guerriere Grizzlies. I think that was good. I think that was good. My PIF class taught me well. Yeah. So you can also tune in if you want to see the girls warming up. Or you can stay on the better side, Nolan, and watch some amazing commentating here. I'm only joking. Shout out to Nolan and Cecilia Polly, who commentated the last game over on court 2. Probably did a phenomenal job as always. As he's shaking his head yes. Nackawic with the timeout.
Hopefully no points were given out or given in for missed rotation. That's kind of that always sucks, and I can't really see if that happened, so.
Yeah. I don't believe there's any points rewarded. I didn't hear any cheering or didn't see our very own Colby Nicholson, minor official, flipping up some scores, but...
I've seen it happen once or twice where if you're so bad in rotation that they have to redo it.
For sure.
I don't know when it was, but there was a game recently where they had a server going a little bit of a serving streak, but it was the wrong server, and they had to take away like 3 points.
Ooh, that is rough. Golden Knights looking to score 5 more. And Sky looking to score 5 more to finish this. It's been a heck of a battle. Big battle. Margot Tonier coming in for Bolio. Tonier fires that one over. Received by number 0, the libero. Face shot trying to win that tip battle, but she couldn't get there, and it goes on their side, rolling off the net. Margot Tonier, one of the best, either top servers for the Golden Knights. Palmer to Ferguson, up by Chelsea. Tonier sends it back over. That's Faith to Palmer. Palmer sent it over. Faith with the tip. Price to Minor. Big tip by Taylor. Minor right in the back corner. Smart placement by the Nackawic Nighthawk. Nackawic serve. That was face jaw. Navy with a strong bump. Tough judgment called there by Nackawic. The libero maybe beating herself up about that one. Mimi sends it up to the lib. Received by Ferguson. Over to Palmer. Lib to Shaw. To Taylor. Big hit by Price, making it 13-9. John Caldwell going on a little bit of a streak here. That was Navy. The libero sending it over. Stacy. Tonier. Big tip by Palmer. Tonier. Received by Bernard. Up by Shaw. Tonier. Price sending that back. Palmer to Chelsea. Tonier with the tip, and it's on the line. Smart placement by the double-headed beast. Tonier and Price. They've been tremendous tonight. And that is it. Mimi slaying the Nighthawks, the Golden Knights. Walk away with a tough earned victory. Nackawic playing their butts off. And the girls are celebrating.
That was a good game. I'm going to take this time to thank our corporate sponsors before we end the stream. That's Scott Pierce at Remax East Coast Elite Realty, Village Vacation Resort for Dogs, and RSEI Consultants Limited. Our sponsors help us to improve the viewing experience and get more students involved in these streams. If you're interested in becoming a sponsor, please check the video description for our contact information below.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, tune in for 2 more streams and just a little bit. I'm not sure exactly what time. The schedule is probably a little off as these games have been a little quicker than that was set out for the schedule. But our next game's up, at least in one court, is going to be the Heartland Huskies versus Ecole Marie Garitain, the Grizzlies. So it's going to, so it's going to be the... Oh, wait, no, that was the previous game. It's going to be the Grizzlies versus the Lakers now.
And then on this floor of things, it's going to be Polyvalent AJ Sauvé Dragons versus the John Caldwell Golden Knights. So it'll be a big game coming up here, as both teams beat Nackawic. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for tuning in to the David Mullen Gymnasium, home of us, Harvey Lakers, and we'll see you in a bit.